The hardest part of being an artist is not writing the song, it is knowing if the song is actually good. Because when the song comes from your life, your memory, your hopes, your wounds, your dreams, and your inner world, judging it clearly becomes almost impossible. You are not judging a file, you are judging a part of yourself that learned how to sing. I'm Simeon. I'm a music producer, songwriter, composer, and creative partner. I help artists take demos, voice notes, lyrics, unfinished ideas, and emotional concepts and turn them into songs that feel clearer, stronger, more emotional, and more release-ready. I've spent the last 5 years working on music, artist projects, and film-related work, including IMDb-related credits, and these videos are where I share what I've learned and what I'm still learning from real songs, real sessions, and real creative problems. These are not loud tutorials, they are more like studio conversations. Something you can put on while you're writing, producing, walking, driving, cleaning your room, or listening to your demo for the 17th time, like it committed a small crime. If something I say brings up a question, leave it in the comments. Ask me anything about songwriting, production, demos, vocals, lyrics, or finishing songs. I'll answer the best way I can. And if this kind of honest artist development conversation helps you, like the video, subscribe, and tell me what you want me to break down next. Today, I want to give you 7 checks. The problem is that a song can be finished and still not be good yet. It can be mixed, polished, arranged, mastered, exported, uploaded, and still not feel alive. A good song is not always the one that sounds the most finished. Sometimes it is the one that refuses to leave you alone. That is where artists get stuck. You listen once and think, this is great. Then you listen again and think, this is terrible. Then you hear it in the car and think, maybe this is the one. Then at night you hate the second verse and start questioning your whole existence. Very normal, slightly dramatic, beautifully inconvenient. The surface question is my song good? But underneath that, the real question is usually, can I trust myself? And if you cannot trust your judgment, every song becomes torture. You ask too many people. You change the song too many times. You chase every opinion. You compare your rough demo to huge artists with writers, producers, engineers, vocal producers, mixers, budgets, teams, and probably 17 versions of the chorus that never saw daylight. So we need better checks. Not panic listening, not, does this sound exactly like the reference? Not, did my friend say it was fire? Friends are lovely. Friends also say things like, yeah bro, this is a vibe, and then vanish into the night with no usable information. We need emotional checks, structural checks, listener-based checks, because a song can be technically correct and still not connect, and a song can be rough but already have the thing, the spark, the wound, the line, the reason to keep going. The 7 checks are simple: a live moment, emotional center, section job, strip down test, memory test, listener door, honest reaction test. These are not rules to make you hate your song. Please do not weaponize the checklist against yourself. Artists already have enough ways to suffer creatively. We are trying to make the process clearer, not turn your DAW into a courtroom. These checks are here to help you understand what is working, what is unclear, what needs craft, and what deserves protection. Check 1 is the alive moment. Ask yourself, what is the most alive part of this song? Not the most polished part, not the loudest part, not the part with the most tracks, the most alive part. It could be a lyric, a melody, a vocal take, a title, a chord change, a production texture, a bridge line, a mistake in the vocal that somehow feels more honest than the perfect take. Annoying, but true. Do not judge the whole song too early. First, find the living center. Maybe the alive moment is one line that feels a little too true. Maybe it is the chorus melody that keeps coming back in your head. Maybe it is the first phrase of the vocal before you started trying too hard. Maybe it is one production sound that suddenly makes the whole world of the song appear. Once you find that, ask, is the rest of the song serving it? If the strongest line is very honest, but the rest of the lyrics are vague, the song may not be bad. It may just be uneven. If the melody is strong, but the production is overcrowding it, the song may not need a rewrite. It may need space. If the demo has a raw emotional moment, but the final version made it safer, maybe the problem is not quality. Maybe the problem is protection. The alive moment tells you where the real song is hiding. Start there.
Check 2 is the emotional center. Write one sentence. This song is really about not the topic, the truth. Because this song is about heartbreak is not enough. Heartbreak is a continent. Where are we exactly? Are we in regret, shame, anger, addiction, freedom, nostalgia, denial, the moment before leaving, the first night alone, the third month after pretending you're fine? The listener may not feel what you meant just because you felt it while writing. You have to shape the emotion enough for it to travel. Maybe the topic is, I miss someone. But the emotional center is, I am scared I only felt valuable when they wanted me. Different song. Maybe the topic is, I left. But the emotional center is, I chose myself. And I still feel guilty for surviving. Different song. Maybe the topic is, I want success. But the emotional center is, I am afraid that if I fail, my pain meant nothing. Very different song. A good song usually has a clear emotional center, even if the lyrics are poetic, cinematic, or indirect. The song knows what wound it is circling. The listener may not explain it in the same words, but they can feel that something specific is happening underneath. If you cannot finish the sentence, the song might still be blurry. Not bad. Blurry. And blurry songs usually need clearer intention before they need more production. Chapter 7. Check 3 is the section job. A song is not only a collection of good lines, it is a journey. Every section should do something. Verse 1 opens the door. The pre-chorus builds pressure. The chorus reveals or releases. Verse 2 develops. The bridge changes the angle. The final chorus lands differently because of what came before. If every section says the same emotional thing, the song starts to feel flat, even if the writing is good. Verse 1, I miss you. Pre-chorus, I miss you more. Chorus, I really miss you. Verse 2, still missing you professionally. Bridge, advanced missing. Final chorus, missing you with harmonies. That is not a journey, that is emotional admin. So ask, what does each section do? Maybe verse 1 sets the memory. Maybe the pre-chorus shows that the singer is losing control. Maybe the chorus admits the real truth. Maybe verse 2 shows the consequence. Maybe the bridge reveals the thing the whole song was avoiding. This is where craft matters. Feeling gives you the fire. Craft gives it a place to burn. A good song usually moves. Not always dramatically, not always loudly, but emotionally, something changes. The listener should not finish the song in the exact same place they started. Check 4 is the strip-down test. Play the song with only vocal and chords, or vocal chords and one rhythm element. If it is electronic, strip it down to the few elements that carry the writing and emotional idea. Then ask, does it still feel like something? The production can make the song powerful, but it should not be the only thing keeping it alive. This does not mean every song has to work as an acoustic ballad. That is not the point. Some songs are built around production, sound design, atmosphere, rhythm, texture. That is valid.
We are not sending every synth song to sit sadly with an acoustic guitar in a candlelit corner. But even production-led songs need a core, a feeling, a hook, a tension, a reason. If the stripped version still has emotion, you probably have a real song underneath. If the whole thing collapses the second the production is removed, the production may be carrying too much. That does not mean the song is hopeless. It means you need to strengthen the writing, the vocal, the hook, or the emotional center, so the production has something worth lifting. A weak song with expensive production is still a weak song wearing sunglasses indoors. Very confident, still suspicious. Check 5 is the memory test. After one listen, what stays? A title, a line, a hook, a melody, a vocal phrase, a sound, a feeling, an image. A good song usually leaves a fingerprint. It does not have to be the chorus every time. Sometimes the thing that stays is one bridge line. Sometimes it is the first lyric. Sometimes it is the way the vocal bends on one word. Sometimes it is a sound that creates the world of the song. Sometimes it is just the emotional aftertaste. But something should remain. If nothing stays, the song may need sharpening. Not more ideas, sharper ideas. That is where a lot of artists go wrong. They try to make every part memorable. They add too many hooks, too many lyrics, too many layers, too many clever details. And the song becomes a crowded room where everyone is talking at once. Choose the thing. Let the song point toward it. If the title is the anchor, make the chorus earn it. If the lyric image is the anchor, build around it. If the melody is the anchor, stop burying it under production decorations like the session when shopping unsupervised. Check 6 is the listener door. Ask, can someone who did not live my story still enter this song? Your experience is yours, but the song needs a door. This is the balance. The song starts in your life, but it has to travel into someone else's. The listener does not know the whole story. They do not know the person you wrote about. They do not know the night you recorded the demo. They do not know why that chord change hurts. They only know what the song gives them. Specificity helps. Strangely, the more specific you get, the more universal it can become. I am sad is understandable, but it does not give me a world. I still make coffee for two and pour yours down the sink. Gives me a scene. Now I can enter. The personal detail becomes the bridge. A door can be a specific image, a clear emotional situation, a strong contradiction, a title that gives the listener somewhere to stand. I love you, but I cannot stay, is a door. I became someone I do not recognize. Trying to be loved by you is a door. I am scared that leaving will make me the villain is a door. Too vague gives the listener nothing to hold. Too private gives them details with no emotional bridge. The sweet spot is specific emotion. That is where personal becomes universal without becoming generic. Check 7 is the honest reaction test. After some distance, listen and ask, do I believe this song? Is it perfect? Would everyone like this? Does it sound exactly like the reference? Could this survive a playlist next to someone with a major label budget and a mix engineer who probably drinks expensive water? Ask, do I believe it? Does the vocal believe it? Does the lyric believe it? Does the production believe it? Does the chorus believe it? Does the song feel like it means what it is saying? When a song believes itself, listeners have a better chance of believing it too. And yes, that sounds simple. It is not. Belief is built through alignment. Lyric, melody, vocal, production, arrangement, and emotion all pointing toward the same truth from different angles. Sometimes the issue is not that the song is bad. Sometimes the issue is that the vocal is too safe, or the lyric is avoiding the real line, or the production is trying to be impressive when the song needs intimacy, or the chorus is loud but not honest. Do not judge the song only by how finished it sounds. Judge it by whether it has something true enough to carry. That is the deeper test. Chapter 12. If this were your song and you asked me, is it good? I would not answer immediately. Not because I want to be mysterious. I am not a fog machine with opinions. I would listen first. Then I would ask, what made you write this? Not the marketing answer, the human answer. Was it a memory, a breakup, a fear, a dream, a scene in your head, a conversation, a version of yourself you are trying to understand? Then I would ask, what do you want someone to feel when it ends? Less alone, brave, haunted, comforted, ready to leave, ready to stay, like their private pain finally has a soundtrack. Then I would compare the intention to the result. That is the real diagnosis. Not, is it good? In the abstract. But, is the song doing what it is trying to do? If the intention is intimacy, but the production is huge and distracting, we fix that. If the intention is emotional release, but the chorus does not open, we fix that. If the intention is nostalgia, but the lyrics are too generic, we make the images more specific. If the intention is heartbreak, but the song never reveals the real wound, we rewrite. Then I would ask you to choose the strongest line, the line that feels most true. If there is no strongest line, we write one. If there is one, we build around it. That is how a song diagnosis actually becomes useful. Not vague praise, not random criticism. Evidence. Feedback is not a boss. It is evidence. Chapter 13. When you ask people for feedback, do not only ask, do you like it? That question is too vague. People will either be polite, project their personal taste, or say something that sounds useful but is actually just preference wearing glasses. Ask better questions. What emotion did you feel? What line did you remember? Where did your attention drop? Did the chorus feel like a payoff? What did you think the song was really about? Would you listen again? And if yes, why? What part felt most like me? If 3 people all remember the same line, pay attention. If nobody understands what the song is about, pay attention. If everyone loses interest in the same section, pay attention. Do not obey every opinion. Look for patterns. And if this part is helping, like the video and subscribe so you can come back to it when your next demo starts emotionally attacking you. Also, comment with the part of your song you struggle to judge most. Lyrics, melody, production, vocal, structure, or the big scary one. Not knowing if people will care.